Welcome back to my channel. For this week's roundup of the news, I've travelled round to several different popular places around the Broads to look for signs of spring. Bluebells, Goslings, baby birds, that sort of thing, as well as footage of all the boats that you love from all the different areas as well. So let's have a look and see what I found. This is definitely a first for me, baby robins. But let's go and have a look and see some of the boats I found today. I've never actually seen this orange police boat before, so that was nice to be able to record. I've had a very kind invitation from Millie, Johnny Treehouse and Kevin to go on the boat and film from there. So it's very exciting. And I've clearly established that I really do not have sea legs. It's extremely windy today, as it has been all week. And you will see that when I take you and show you Barton Broad. So I think this is why I'm sort of noticing movement on the river. It's great though. I'm having a whale of a time. So there's a bit of teamwork going on here. I'm filming the boats and Millie's watching the ducks. One after the other, these fabulous Hunter's Yard yachts kept arriving to take down the mast so they could all go under the bridge, presumably back to Hunter's Yard. But it was a great spot here for me to film. I'm not sure if it's actually noticeable in my video, but what I noticed was one of the boats would moor up, and then as the second one or the next one would arrive, they would run down to go and help that yacht. And then the next one would arrive and the same thing happened. I mean, that's great teamwork, isn't it? Well done them. Lovely to watch. And they all obviously get on really well. Now I know someone's going to be saying, open the window wider and then you can see better, get better footage. Well, I think that's actually as far as it opens. I didn't like to move anything, touch anything. I'm just going with what I've got. But it's absolutely fine for me. I mean, look, you don't even notice it, do you? I have the best filming place anywhere on the Norfolk Broads today. The noises coming from the boat of it creaking and doing whatever it's doing are just brilliant. They really are. Some ducks have arrived right beside the boat, so that's what Millie's watching. I did tell you I have the best filming place on the Broads today, and I think this proves it. A huge thank you to John and Kevin, and Millie of course, for inviting me on board. It has been great, it really has. So different being on a boat and actually filming from a boat than it is from the bank. If you're wondering where the pair of them are, there's a cruiser just pulled up behind this boat, so they're helping them moor up. Of course they are. They're on and off this boat so many times, helping everybody who passes and moors up. They're great. Thank you both. So I've now moved on to Horning, and it was very quiet here, I have to say. The Swan Inn looks amazing, no matter what time of year it is. I have stayed there and I have made a video on it. It was very nice. So here we are, the first find, Bluebells in some woods. Which actually leads me on nicely to the first news report of this week, a list of 7 of the best places in Norfolk to find bluebells. Well, these ones are in Irstead, and they're not listed in the list, so I've included them. I'm now on the way down to Barton Broad. It's extremely windy, so it's very juddery footage in places, but I'm sure you'll all understand. At first I couldn't make out what the little red boat was, and I first thought it might have been, well, I don't know, a lifeboat, I suppose, at first. But no, it isn't. It's actually a police boat. I've never seen this boat before. It's usually the white cruiser I see. So always lovely to see something different. As I say, it's very windy, so it's not steady footage at all, and you can tell how windy it is by looking at the water. I'm at the viewing platform, looking across Barton Broad, and I've walked along the boardwalk, obviously, to get here. And on the way down, I did spot lots of lovely signs that spring is about. So I'll let you watch the cruisers first, and then I'll show you, when I go back along the boardwalk, I'll show you all the things. But it's just a very quick glance at the different things, because I need to take you on to the next place to have a look for boats, which will be the opposite end of Barton Broad at Barton Turf. See how juddery that is? That's the sheer force of the wind moving the camera while I'm trying to hold it steady. It always amazes me when the weather is bad, how the wildlife and the wildfowl just don't seem to be affected by the extreme wind, weather of any sorts. I mean, the cormorants carry on preening, the gulls just sit in those little buoy type things. There's a swan in there nesting, which is always lovely to see. She's very well hidden, isn't she? And I did see this swan come from over in that direction, so I don't know. I can't tell the difference between a male and a female swan. There just seems to be sheltering in there, the gull. So I'm now walking back along the boardwalk. Don't judge me on my dreadful walking attire for today. It's cold, so it's extra layers type of day, that sort of thing. So all these new leaves and shoots, and it's just lovely. Springtime. The birds are singing. This little robin came over and found me. I thought he was going to get in my car at one point, but he didn't. I think it's time for another news story. Boaters pay out thousands of pounds after being taken to court. This is for not paying toll fees. This year, the Broads Authority have taken 9 people to court. This has resulted in those prosecuted having to pay a total of £9,426 in fines, compensation victim surcharge, and costs. A further 24 cases settled out of court, and another 27 cases are waiting to be heard. As always, The link for this news article is listed in the write-up that goes with this video. I am now parked at Barton Turf, and I thought it might be a nice idea to do a time lapse. You always see more things happen in a time lapse, I think, than just ordinary video footage. I know not everybody likes them, but I do. Look what has arrived. These absolutely beautiful bundles of fluff. Goslings. Naturally, their parents are extremely protective. You'll see in a minute. I just filmed from inside my car because there was no way I was going to upset them all and think I was after their goslings. I believe that is Mum, I think. And I think this is Dad at the end. And he watches me like a hawk, constantly watching me while all the little ones go off ahead with Mum. You know it's springtime when the goslings, ducklings and bluebells, primroses, all the new leaves arrive. It's a great time of year, it really is. Let's have a few of the photos I've taken so far, because I know some of you do actually like the photos. I didn't always used to include them until one day just did by accident, and people said, oh, show us, we like them. So here you are. These are what I've taken so far. Then we'll have another news item, and then we'll go to Hickling Broad, shall we? Remember, it's very windy today. That's why they're not all in crisp focus. Wherry Maud celebrates her 125th anniversary. Wherry Maud is one of only 2 surviving Norfolk trading wherries to sail on the Norfolk Broads. She has a black sail and was built in 1899. Back then, wherries were still an important part of the Broadland cargo transport system. They would carry up to 45 tonnes, and the items would be perhaps corn, bricks, reeds, straw, coal, sugar beet, and timber, all transported to wherever required. Further wonderful details about Maud's 125 years can be found in the write-up. As promised, I'm now at Hickling Broad. One of my favourite places on the Broads, actually, just simply for the peace and quiet. It's just so lovely and calming here, it really is. I can sit here just watching anything that happens in front of me, from the geese or the ducks to sometimes the windsurfing or the canoeists, paddleboarders, day boats, or simply people going to and from the houseboats directly opposite. Sailing club is right next door to where I am, but sadly there's nobody out on the water at the moment. The Museum of the Broads in Stalham has an exhibition exploring the impact of peat on the Broads landscape. The Broads were created by peat digging, which created pits and then later flooded. The exhibition opened on the 20th of April, and as always, you can find further details in the link that is in the write-up for this video. A flood warning was given for the Norfolk Broads for last weekend, and I did actually see some overtopping at Ludham Bridge. It's now a different day, it's raining, and I'm back at Ludham Bridge. The ducks do enjoy getting on the cruises. As you've heard me say many times over the years, I have the best ever subscribers. I really do. And after last week's video, that was really confirmed. Thank you all so much. I'm not going to go through it all again. If you haven't seen the video from last Friday, have a look. It will be linked at the end of this one for you. But I'm not even going to give them airtime by mentioning it again. But this is to thank you who follow me, my very loyal subscribers who stand up for me through thick and thin. You're always there for me, and it makes all the hassle that you have to go through sometimes worth it. Thank you all. Thank you actually doesn't seem enough, does it? But just to know that you are behind me 100%, as all your fabulous comments prove. Nothing else matters really, does it? Thank you all so much. I really do mean it. Of course, there wasn't just comments on the videos. A lot of you emailed me. That is so kind. And people who I haven't seen comment on here in a while, suddenly they're all back. So that was just amazing. Absolutely amazing. So they are here watching. They know exactly what's going on. Thank you all. I know I keep saying thank you, but here we are. Anyway, let's have a look. Look at this beautiful, beautiful blackbird in a friend's garden, and then in another friend's garden. They said, Lisa, come and have a look. We've got baby robins. Oh, this is the view from their kitchen window. How amazing is that? I did go down to Reedham, Riverside. I did hope I might see some of the very large cruisers going past, like the one I saw last time when I was here, called Jupiter. None of those today, sadly, but it's always nice to be here. Any time, isn't it? The Broads authorities say that the power issues at Reedham Quay have been resolved and the electric charging posts are now operational again. An 11-day road closure of Wroxham Road and Beeler Road in Coltishall will close for 3 phases of work until May the 3rd. This is to install fibre network for BD UK. The first phase started on the 22nd of April. During the closure, drivers are diverted to the Aylsham bypass and back through North Walsham to rejoin the B1150. Boaters are holding a protest rally on the Norfolk Broads to highlight what they say is a lack of funding for the waterways. The Broad Society is organising the demonstration at Acle Bridge on May the 5th at 2 p.m. As always, further details about this story and the link to the newspaper article can be found in the write-up that goes with this video. All the other stories covered, their links will be there as well. After recent high waters, the Broads Authority are asking boaters to watch their wash. this is a lovely example how somebody just simply walking past spotted the people on this cruiser struggling with the wind and the tide, pinning them against the bank. So he went over to assist them and help them on their way. People are always so kind. As I say, in virtually every video, that's the one thing I always see. Kindness from other people, helping people on their boats struggling for whatever reason. If you've enjoyed today's video, perhaps you could give it a like for me. Feel free to share to any of your social media platforms. And if you haven't already done so, then perhaps you'd like to subscribe to my channel if you like this sort of content. To make it to the end of the video, you must have enjoyed it. Thank you all for watching. Have a good week, and I'll be back again next Friday with another news video for you. Bye for now. One last thing. I was asked in the messages if I could include the thumbnail for any videos I add to my second channel, so that you would then know to go and look for it. I know you get notified when you subscribe to the channel. So I thought that was quite a good idea. But there isn't one this week because we didn't all go out. Some of them went away together on holiday, so that's why. But normal service will resume tomorrow. I'm out filming. No idea where as yet. So later in the week, that video will be up and running for you to see. That was a great suggestion. Thank you for that. And if any of you have any other suggestions, do let me know in the comments below.